influence. This is your environment. This is your house. This is your economy. Guess what? When I go home, everybody's going to be complaining about gas prices, complaining about inflation, grocery bills. Everything is expensive. In our economy, in our house, we learn a skill set so we don't notice that difference, right? I'm not complaining about what the real economy is complaining, because in our house, we learn a skill set to set ourselves free, right? Who agrees, right? Now, the answer is yes. Before we leave, guys, I want everybody to pay attention. And just to finish off this great goal I made, because you guys got a lot of information today, I want everybody to repeat after me. You guys ready? So let's repeat. Scream as hard as you can. I want you guys to repeat. I am is my home. One more time. I am is my home. One more time. I am is my home. All right, guys. We appreciate every single one of you. You guys, before you guys leave, I want every single one of you to be early tomorrow.
Sheesh. Oh my goodness, talk about break freeze in Croatia. I had to give you all a sneak peek of what is going down. You know, some might not understand the severity of what this company, what this platform is doing, but just to give everybody a little in, there's actually over 5,000 plus individuals on a Friday over in Croatia. You talk about some people drove 5 hours, 10 hours, some took a flight 17 plus hours just to get around this influence, just to get around this knowledge, the value, the network. So it's safe to say that we are absolutely on fire, and we've only just begun. Cedric in the building. Happy Friday. What is going on? Super excited for today. And the announcements that were just made, let me tell you, is going to make a ripple effect, not just for 2023, but I'm talking about 2024 and beyond, right? There's never been a better time to go ahead and really get serious about what it is that we're learning every day. So excited is an understatement. Fired up. Let's go ahead and get into today. Let me go ahead and get live on IG. And as always, before we get started, what is a little bit of gratitude down below that you're grateful for starting off the day? A lot to be blessed and grateful for. Let's get into it. Break free in Croatia. Let's go. JoJo in the building. Another 24. Absolutely so grateful for God. So grateful to be alive. So thankful to be here on this Friday to be able to grow with each and every single one of you. So grateful. You already know we have our alkaline Kangen water over here. So grateful to be here. And here's the thing. I saw this academy. I saw this platform way back in 2017. I can tell you my first event was nowhere near the size of what's going down. And that's just in the States, not including internationally, individuals coming out from Poland, France, Germany, right? The South America. It's unbelievable what this platform is doing. So grateful to be a part of this leadership, the knowledge. So let's go ahead and get into it. Break free Croatia, breakthrough Croatia. You know, I was talking about it with a couple of leaders this morning, even just about this journey and kind of the times that we're living in right now. Shane and Talina, you know, this is even Shane. Shane saw this movement all the way, you know, pretty much from the beginning with me. And I know you just seeing what is going on internationally. It's gotta really just give props to IM and what is going down. Chance, it's good to see you, brother. Let's go. So for those of you that have been paying attention, for those of you that have been watching what's going on in the world, there's a lot of noise that there's a lot that are really kind of afraid of what's happening. But for us, this is when our industry booms. There's never been a better time to start learning and getting involved with trading, whether that be Forex, learning about crypto. I don't know if you guys were paying attention to what was just dropped with Nick Gomez talking about crypto, right? Learning about the 4-year cycles, learning about the halving that's coming, learning about how to go ahead and take advantage of these markets. You see, while so many are complaining about, oh, these prices drop, these prices are down, they don't realize the 1%, they're not only investing, they're not only trading, taking advantage of not just these big high caps, but how about some of these mid and smaller caps that are having 2, 3, 4, 5, 10x gains, right? And it's funny because I was talking about it on my post the other day. It's not just about information, right? Everybody can get information. We all have information in schools, but the problem is technology is changing every year, but we still have the same textbook from 20, 30, 50 years ago. So if we're going to get into something, that was anything close to 2008, there's never been a more important time than to realize just one job. If anybody has just one job, we are very vulnerable to going and getting swallowed up from the tidal wave that's about to hit right here, right now. Because if you haven't noticed, there's going to be a gap that happens over the future, right? This is just my opinion. This is just what the 1% are talking about. You have the poor, you have the middle class, and then we have the other side, the rich and the wealthy, right? Well, if you pay attention to what's going on right now, essentially the middle class is being cut out, right? And it's really going to be a huge split, I believe, as time goes on between the poor and then between the other side, the rich and the wealthy. And the reason for that is money just doesn't disappear over things like recessions, over things like depression. You see, what happens is money simply gets transferred into the wealthy, into the smarter individuals' hands, right? I'll give you a perfect example. 60% of any Fortune 5 companies that we look at right now, think about the biggest companies that you can think of. You can go ahead and drop and list down below. When you go back and you do your research, 60% of them were actually created, were actually born inside of a recession, were actually created inside of a depression. Why is that? Because every disaster, if you're paying attention, can lead to opportunity. Right? Just like the hurricane, think about it. When a hurricane hits over in Florida, what happens to oil? For some people, we might be paying a lot for gas, but the traders, they're able to go ahead and trade oil and make a freaking killing. But we were never taught that in schools. Our friends and family never talk about these type of things. If I were to ask you another question, out of the top 10 biggest assets over the past 10 years, which assets have literally accumulated the highest percentage? Let me ask you this. Out of all of the biggest companies you could think about in the past 10 years, which ones have created the most percentages of gains, the highest percentage gains? Let me know. I'm telling you, this is why it's important. This is why we're talking about breakthrough, break free Croatia, because this is the information that's being taught and talked about inside of that building, and the information that I believe is so crucial for us to know. So one of the last three things I want to cover right now is some of the upgrades that just launched. Right now, this event's been going on since 3:00 this morning Eastern time, all the way till now. So they've been going all day talking about all of these different digital streams. That's never been more important to learn right now. E-commerce, right? For those of you that don't know, e-commerce booms during the fourth quarter, right? There is multi-millionaires that are created over this last quarter because there's so many holidays that are all compiled on top of each other. And I'll tell you, I'll give you an example, right? Black Friday. How many of you know how much money's made during Black Friday? Multiple billions of dollars are made every single Black Friday. But here's the interesting part. Just like we learned from COVID, not everybody's going outside anymore. What are people doing? They're shopping online. Right? Before, I remember going down on some Black Fridays, some people would sleep outside in tents just to go out and get in early. The lines, you'd be waiting in hours. This year, if you go out on Black Friday, you're going to breeze right through. You go to almost any stores, you're probably going to fly through there. Why? Because people like convenience. People got used to shopping online. And for those that understand, there's two types of people, right? We can either be a consumer or we can be a producer. In a time where so many people are going to be fearful, guess what they're doing? They're all consuming. They're consuming everything. They're consuming negativity. They're consuming the news. They're consuming social media. They're consuming low vibrational foods. They're consuming products online. They're spending money online. Money's coming out of their pockets every single month. I'll never forget this training that I gave to Jojo. Jojo, do you remember the red and greens, right? The deposits and withdrawals? If you were to look at your bank account right now and you were to look at the red and greens, which one has more? Do we have way more deposits coming out than we have greens coming in? Well, that means that we're more of a consumer than we are producers. The second that I understood that, everything started to change for me. I said, you know what? I need to get on the other side. The wealthy individuals are producers. They produce content. They produce value. They produce energy every day. And guess what? It comes back in abundance. So these are things that took me a while to learn on the journey, but eventually it started to make sense, right? Imagine if every single holiday we could make money online, whether that be with Halloween, whether that be with Christmas, New Year's, Black Friday. There's multiple billions of dollars that are made in one day on Black Friday. Imagine just getting crumbs of these pieces. So there's two types of people that are going to be living right now. There's going to be somebody that's living in scarcity, that's living in fear, that's living in negativity, that's always saying, why does this always happen to me? Why do I have to be stuck in this position? Or you have the other side, somebody that's hungry to learn, somebody that's getting new knowledge, somebody that's getting around new information and is actually going out and applying and knows there's enough abundance out there for every single one of us. There's no limited amount of greatness out there. It just takes being able to tap into it, get the right information, and go out and take massive action and learn as we go and ask questions. So for today's topic, I just want to get on for a couple minutes to stress how important it is, because there's 5,000 people in the building in Croatia that are having a massive breakthrough and break free right now. And I want to allow every single one of us to have that same exact shift. Everybody go ahead and drop down shift down below. If you're ready for the shift, there's no need to be scared. There's no need to be afraid. This is the time to start drooling from the mouth with how much opportunity is at our fingertips. If we're ready to stay disciplined, if we're ready to go ahead and show up and learn, if we're ready to go ahead and take notes and stay around the fire. That's it. This is the keys right here. And if that answer is yes, I can guarantee you there's no doubt in my mind over the next 12 to 18 months where we, each and every single one of us, can be set up in a phenomenal position to go out and dominate 2024. That's what we're doing right now. We're planting seeds, setting up not just 2023. So many people, they're not even planning for tomorrow. You see, the wealthy, they're planning weeks, months, years ahead of time. That's what we're doing with this platform. That's what we're doing with this information. There's a lot to be excited about. So dreamers, with that being said, that's my training for everybody today. Jess in the building. Love to see it. So much content. The dream team is absolutely on fire. Digital Dynasty is making waves. It's safe to say this is not just a movement. This is a lifestyle. Learning about getting into alkaline foods, tapping into these digital resources, really maxing out the potential that every single one of us has in all of our pillars, right? Our family, our mind, our body, our spirit, our faith, and the value that we go out and give to society. So dream team, let's go out and have phenomenal rest of this day. A great rest of the month of August, September, November. These are the months right here that really sets the tone for 2023, right? Because December, all the holidays, people start to go ahead and fall off. Now is the time to keep the pedal on the gas, max out the rest of this year, put ourselves in position to explode in 2024. I love you, fam. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Drop some fives down below if you guys got some value for today, and we are going out and turning dreams into reality. It's already done. Let's get to work.